Okay, I got the tickets. Anyone seen Miss Crawley? Here you go, Johnny. Here's yours. We're gonna put the show on whether Crystal likes it or not. But first, we're gonna jump out that window.
What?
I'm beginning to like this guy.
Honestly, this is going to be the greatest show I have ever made. I promise. This is going to be the most wonderful, the most fantastic show ever.
Little guy, you're here for the audition?
Yes, we are.
Guys, we're on right now. And here she is, the star of our show, Rosita.
That's you, baby!
Dream big dreams. That's what I always said, right?
Mm-hmm. Listen, you guys, I have a dream of performing in Red Shore City since I was a little kid. I just convinced my husband to babysit for the next 24 hours, and I'm not gonna waste an opportunity like that.
Yeah! Big time, baby! Got the robot activating piggy power. Beep, boop, boop.
If you could just give me some dance lessons, you would literally be saving my life.
How come you don't have a choreographer?
I do, but it turns out he's a massive weirdo.
And how do I know that you're not a weirdo?
Come with me to rehearsal. See for yourself.
Whoa. I'm not just gonna follow some guy I don't know to rehearsal.
Well, how else am I supposed to prove that I'm legit?
Step together, drop.
We're burning up with love. Ah! What are you doing with your face?
I was falling in love?
Scene 2, there's a lot more of me as Buster on the ropes. Just hanging on by a thread. Just trying to survive. Not thriving, surviving. And holding water until I get some help from my friends and we all come together and pull off the coup and put the show on. One of the leads of one of the greatest rock bands ever, U2. Some of their songs, still haven't found what I'm looking for. That'll be an introduction, first time introduction to many young men and women and kids around the world. That'll be the first time they heard it. And it'll hold up as an absolute instant classic. The dreams are getting bigger. The road trip is longer. It's got more potholes, more resistance. The consequences are larger if we do not succeed. The consequences are larger if we do succeed. There's more at stake. It's another great thing about Buster. He's a hustler, which is a side of me that I like to tap into with him. You got to hustle your way in there. And sometimes you got to break a few rules to pull it off. We need good news right now. We need good news. We had enough bad news. We need the fairy tale. We need the blue ribbon. We need the impossible made possible. And that's what's fun about it. So you go, how are they going to figure this out? How are they going to pull it off? Such is life. Come as you are with your own song. Take the lid off. Take the roof off. It's a very interactive experience. If you know the song, sing along with them. You want to get up and dance in your seat? It's a great time to do it.
Of all the movies I've ever done, more people come up to me about this movie because it resonated so much with their family and their kids. The kids have the songs memorized, the dances memorized, they have favorite characters. And so returning to something that's so beloved, it's really exciting because you want to bring all that fun and all the beautiful music and you want to do it again and even at a higher level with more great characters, and I think we really nailed it. It's such an incredible cast already, and then to add Bono and Pharrell, it's like dreams come true. And they would be like, oh, you're gonna come in and record right after Tori Kelly, and then right before Scarlett, and then Pharrell is coming in, and I was like, I can't believe that I'm part of this movie. Working with Garth is such a great experience because he truly feels every character's journey. He can walk you through every beat, every moment. I feel like he loves to act out the characters for you as he's doing it. And he just has like childlike enthusiasm for this world, which is perfect because you feel his joy in the movie. The thing I love about Rosita is that she's a mom who's so worried about her kids. You know, she does everything for other people, but she has this dream in her heart, and it's a big deal that her family supports her kids support her husband supports her, because she's a human beyond all of that hard work, you know, beyond her being a caregiver. She's got dreams and hopes, and I think that's something that really resonates with a lot of moms that see this show, and also with kids, that, you know, we learn that our parents are just these completely other people that have lives, and I think that's really resonates with audiences and families. I got to sing an Ariana Grande song, and it was so fun. I love her so much, and singing Break Free, it just felt like there was a song in my heart and it just had to come out, and it was Break Free, and I didn't even know until I got to sing it. It's time for people to get together and feel just joy. Joy, friendship, family, connecting. You can take your grandparents, you can take your 2-year-old. It's one of those movies that should be seen with a group of people, and sing out loud and dance in the aisles. Have some fun. I think we all deserve it.
The experience of making the first one will be something I remember forever, because the audience reaction to the first film was just so extreme and brilliant. You know, I remember the first time we saw it, there was something like, you know, in excess of 8 to 10 sort of spontaneous rounds of applause, because it just had so many moments that just made you want to jump out of your seat and clap and cheer. I think Garth and everybody behind the scenes just got this great instinct for making something that feels celebratory and joyous, and so to re-enter this world and revisit such a lovely character, you know, is a dream come true. I think Johnny's great because he's not totally sure. He's never completely certain, and I like the fact that he has to sort of work to get to the point where he feels like he can express himself and enjoy performing in the way that he wants to. He has obstacles sort of outside and within himself that he has to overcome, and I just think that's inspiring and lovely. When you walk into one of those recording sessions, it begins with Garth explaining everything he's been up to and that the team have been up to since the last time I was there, and then contextualizing whatever bit of the story we're dealing with and sort of telling me where this bit of singing or where this bit of dialogue fits in the story and why it needs whatever quality of energy. It's always, you know, a delight and a surprise to hear about new ideas and how the story's been developed and where they're heading to. I think there's always something really exciting about taking a song that we all know and are familiar with and trying to sort of transpose it onto a specific situation. And with my song in the movie, Sky Full of Stars, the Coldplay song, it's got this really specific situation with 2 characters in conflict, and so there's a story that you can kind of play through the song, and that's really, really fun. There's a creative challenge in that for Garth and Harvey and everybody, but also for me in the singing of it. Bono and Pharrell Williams. It's just testament to the way that audiences connected with the first movie, that people of that caliber, you know, and musicians of that caliber want to come and be a part of it. It's super, super exciting and quite surreal.
In the first film, people resonated with her, just her desire to want to, you know, achieve these big dreams that she had, but there was something holding her back, and I think that's really what the theme of Sing is, you know, is how do we achieve these dreams and pursue these dreams that we have. It's just really hard to not smile when you're watching this movie, and it's such a feel-good movie. Definitely cried though also. I think you'll cry, you'll laugh, you'll sing, you'll dance. It gives you all the feels. And yeah, I also, I can't wait to see it with like my niece and nephew and just the kids in my family, and it'll be really fun.
I was very excited to be a part of the first one because of the incredible cast and what the kind of movies that Illumination makes. But once it came out, and I remember seeing it for the first time premiere at the Toronto Film Festival, and just experiencing that movie with a crowd of kids and adults, and seeing not only how many laughs there were, but also how emotional it was. And then on top of that, you have these amazing vocal performances. I remember walking out being like, I really love this movie. There's something incredibly human about it. And of course, like, it's fun and beautiful. It looks great and it's fun and funny. Gunter is incredibly positive and you know, it just goes for it. And that's something that's hard for most of us to do, is to just like let go and let loose. Because we're embarrassed or we're scared we'll look silly. And that's not something that Gunter deals with. And I think that's one of the reasons that I think the character and specifically kids really enjoy. The thing too is that the perfect trifecta for going to the movies: big laughs, big feelings, big songs. And honestly, it's the kind of movie that every element of that is heightened when you're in the movie theater. You're going to see it and go home, and you're just going to feel great. You're going to feel better on the way home because it's just got all the elements that you want when you go see a movie.
We are doing exactly what the characters in the movie are doing. We were trying to go way above and beyond what we could do with the first movie. In every aspect, we were just trying to take it to that next level. And so rather like Buster, and we found ourselves in situations that were extraordinary. Whether it was a casting thing like someone like Halsey or Bono, working with people of that caliber, or just building sets and trying to create set pieces like the opening sequence, a 4-minute Prince number set to an Alice in Wonderland sort of theme. Everything was wildly ambitious. You can imagine my joy when I heard that he'd not only enjoyed the first Sing movie, but when he heard what the character was and what it kind of represented within the story, he connected with that. He was just enthusiasm from the start. Curiosity and enthusiasm in equal measure. Really, I mean, you couldn't ask for more. So in terms of like me as a human, as a fan of U2, it was mind-blowing. But then in terms of being a director and knowing that this character is going to be voiced by Bono, it's as good as it gets. I love Miss Crawley. I love that I can have her sing along with System of a Down, or be involved in an action sequence, or just be really tender and loyal and sweet. She is sort of ridiculous and delightful in equal measure, and just so much fun to play. It is such a joy to just stand behind a microphone and try and be Miss Crawley. It's lovely. Buster Moon is really has been in love with creating something wonderful, creating joy and wonder, and that feeling of sharing it with an audience. That audience and that big show is what Buster Moon is driven by. This magical thing that can happen when you create something, a story, and you put it in front of an audience. And I honestly feel that Chris Meledandri, myself, and everyone at Illumination share a similar ambition to Buster's, which is to give an audience something truly wonderful, to really sweep them away, musically, story-wise, visually, everything. I want, when I go to the cinema, to be swept away. This happens to be a big movie in every sense, emotionally, musically, cinematically, and I think it's something even Buster Moon would be pretty proud of. There is something unique about the cinema, the theaters, that is so perfect for Sing. Sing 2 is just the scale of it, whether it's the sound or the visuals or just the whole emotional ambition, if you're sitting there with hundreds of people and you're all swept up, it's quite something. And so far, when I've watched it with audiences, it's been quite profound. It's almost been like being at a rock concert towards the end. We're all in it together, all cheering for these characters.
Hi there, here's today's Daily Fact. If you've ever felt you were lacking creativity, think that in 1994, 4 Pixar employees had lunch together and came up with the ideas for A Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo and WALL-E, all written down on napkins. Now that's impressive. Make sure to click below to subscribe or on the side for more great content.